Hello, hola Malaga. I'm Adrienne Tacke, and I used to be a senior developer advocate at MongoDB. Right now, I am deciding whether to go back into the developer life or continue on in developer advocacy. I'm based in Las Vegas, but very happy to be here in Malaga. Not necessarily. It's the new big thing that's happening now. There's a lot of reason for it, but you don't have to go move to it today. If anything, there are a lot of companies that are still shifting to moving to the cloud in general. So that's something to achieve first and foremost, if it applies to your company and platform. Then the next baby step before moving all the way through to multi-cloud is possibly going multi-region at least. This still gives you the same types of benefits like being able to fail over and having higher availability and fault tolerance without all of the complexity that does come with multi-cloud. But if you are a larger company or you're seeing the limits of multi-region architectures, then multi-cloud may be something that you want to start thinking about. But absolutely, you don't need to do it today. So that's one of the biggest problems now of being able to take advantage of multi-cloud. Just because we're able to make use of all the different clouds, it doesn't mean that you can do the same thing on the 3 different clouds in the same way. So that's actually the developer's challenge at this time is how do we make something, whether it's a function or a particular workload, run the same way in these different cloud environments. One way that we can do that is by using containers, so making it way more agnostic, making all of the dependencies included within itself, and to use some of the same standards that are available across all 3 clouds is one way to mitigate the differences that might come with the 3 different cloud providers and to make sure you can take advantage of multi-cloud across all 3. Okay. So these are in particular to a multi-cloud cluster that is in MongoDB Atlas, which is MongoDB's database as a service. And electable nodes are your nodes that you think of when you think of a regular cluster. So these are the ones that run in production. These are the ones that you query, that are used in part of your application. And these are the ones that are used in elections. That's why they're called electable nodes. So if ever another one needs to be elected as a primary, these are the nodes that are used. Analytics nodes are used to isolate any long-running workloads and to keep those queries away from the production workload. So they keep it separate, meaning that can focus on that, while the analytics workloads and queries will focus and use the data basically on the analytics node. And finally, read-only nodes sound very much like their name. If you just need to have more nodes in other regions, say to service customers that are in other places around the world, you can open up and create a new cluster or a new node rather, a read-only node in those areas where the sole purpose is to have them optimize local reads. So it will be much faster because it's in the same region as them. And if you don't need to write any data to these particular nodes, then we would use a read-only node. It has been, I will say this, it's now set the bar for me as a speaker when it comes to conferences. The city is wonderful, the people are great, everything has been so well organized and so friendly and welcoming. I'm already looking forward to next year. So thank you.